What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back with another episode of The Counselor Reacts. And today we're reacting to Tarkov. The question, is the Tarkov community being over dramatic? Now, some of you who don't even play Tarkov immediately are going to want to say, well, I don't play the game. Why should I care? It actually does matter. It very much matters to everyone in the gaming sphere. If you're a gamer, you should absolutely care. And I'm going to explain why. And then we can review whether the community is being over dramatic or if it's justified. So, just to give some backstory, Tarkov, a very popular, realistic military simulator. It's an extraction shooter. I've played it. I'm a casual. But the base consensus is that it is a almost one of a kind, similar to kind of like Destiny. Destiny's had Destiny killers come out, but nothing really has brought competition to that game. And the same thing is for Tarkov. There really isn't anything in the gaming world right now that directly competes with Tarkov. It's an experience that people have come to enjoy, that people love. And so what the heck is going on? The Reddit, Twitter's blowing up. It is absolutely everywhere. And it's because recently, in the past couple of days, again, I have not been doing a bunch of videos keeping up with everything, specifically because I don't get paid for this. And two, I just kind of want to see how things carried on. And we finally are starting to get to the climax. We're at the climax with the situation. But what is the situation? They released a new edition that's called the Unheard Edition, or Unheard of, as a lot of people like to meme. Why does that matter? Okay, so a new edition. Okay, well, who cares? New edition coming out all the time. This is a $250 edition game. That's right, $250. I know that EA and Ubisoft are like, yeah, yeah. They're dripping, foaming from the teeth. They're like, why didn't we think of that? And I mean, I think EA has Star Wars Outlaws listed for like $130 something, digital only. That's right, digital only, by the way. That's crazy. But no, Balstay, who's the creator of Tarkov, is like, hold my beer. We're gonna do one you better, right? We're gonna do better. And $250. Now, is the price really the reason why people are upset? No. Before the Unheard of edition, there was the EOD, Escape, what was it? Escape of Darkness? Edge of Darkness, that's right. EOD, Edge of Darkness, which was like $150, I think. And that was the premium edition. And it's been out for like years. And most people who are dedicated to this game have purchased this. Now, why is that relevant? Why do we care? Okay, $100 more. Why? What matters? Well, first off, from the other side of things, the $250 price tag, the only reason to buy this versus the base game, which is like $60, the big thing is that PvE is bundled only in this size price, right? It's only in this edition. So if you want to be able to play PvE, you have to cough up $200 more, which is a freaking absurd. Absolutely a joke. Scav life. That's funny. Yeah. And so, that's not the main issue. There's multiple issues. So that's part of it. Then there's like a laundry list of pay to win, an actual pay to win, like increased space, being able to call in friends during a raid. So if you need help and you're in a gunfight, hey brother, help me out. All right, let's come in. Guns and blazing, right? Things that were in the Edge of Darkness edition are now be given to this edition, which is kind of like, well, that's kind of scummy. Yeah, so that's like one side of it. The other side of it is that there was promises being made to the people of EOD that they would get all the DLC. And that's something that has come up constantly with Nikita, who is like the CEO is that he has blatantly said the PvE is not DLC. It is just a game mode. And so you can't afford to let everyone have it. We can't afford it. Sorry. So people who have the EOD edition will not get the PvE edition. That's what it was said. Not only that, but they're taking away like the unique case, which was storage case on your character, where essentially this is a game where if you don't extract, you die, you lose all the loot. It's permadeath, except you have make a new character. You go in and you bring in stuff that you have stored in your vault, essentially. That's what I'm calling it for people who may not play Tarkov, a vault, or my Destiny 2 players. But you lose all your stuff when you die. This little storage lets you store things, and even if you die, you don't lose it, which is very, very valuable because you can put pricey things in there. Get in a gunfight, you know you're about to die, shove it in your pockets, and if you die, you don't lose it. So the bigger the size, the more stuff you can carry, the more guarantee that you get something out of that raid or that encounter. It's pay to win, right? It's pay to win. But that was to the EOD edition. Now they're making it to where the people who pay the unheard edition get it. So it's losing its uniqueness. All right, so they're trying to be scummy and say that the DLC is not DLC. It's just a separate thing. They're trying to scam people who spent money ahead of time, the $150. They're saying, you don't get this. Sorry, tough luck. And they went, what's even worse and why people in the gaming community should care more is this right here. They went out of their way to change the dialogue, like the website, right? If they did not believe that what they were doing was wrong, or that this game mode, the PvE game mode, is not DLC, then why alter the wording on the website? That's right. They actually changed the wording. They changed unique on the little storage case I told you about. Then they also changed what it says on the website about what's offered and what's considered DLC. It's crazy. All this is showing that it's underhanded, it's scummy, it's slimy, it is just absolutely disgusting. And as you can see, people are losing their minds because of this. Is it justified? Are they making this too much of a big deal? And the answer is no, they're not in the wrong. Because imagine if, let's give it another example. Let's say 343 with Halo. They split the game in two. They made multiplayer its own thing, and then they made you pay for the campaign, the story. Imagine if 343 made you pay for the multiplayer separately. $60 for the story and then $60 for the multiplayer. Yeah, imagine how many people would have been fuming about that. But that could be a reality if crap like this becomes acceptable. It's not just the Tarkov players that need to call this out, which they have been, but it's the community as a whole that needs to say, no, we don't want this crap in our games. Pull this crap and we won't play your games. We won't buy your crap. We won't honor you. And that's something that we need to call out because this is not acceptable. Imagine if Call of Duty Warzone was no longer free. You had to pay for it because it's not a DLC. It's a game mode. Oh, now you have to pay for zombies separately. You have to pay for the stories separately. What happens is they start monopolizing on different parts of games for more money. It's greedy, it's slimy, and we need to call it out. It's like Destiny, where Bungie tried to sell a starter pack for $15 and it gave guns. And it was meant for a starter pack. The community called that crap out and they backtracked. And now the game has starter kits that are free for new players. Imagine that. That's crazy. Calling out this crap does work. And it should be called out because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And not only that, but they've actually gone back and changed multiple times what they said they were going to do. The first time Nikita, the CEO, came out, he said, no, They're not true believers. You're throwing a fit about it. You're not a true believer. Go away. And then this has also caused other companies to come out who are coming up. I guess they might be potential competitors to Escape from Tarkov. And Battlestate makes tweets back like, oh, this is a plagiarist game. You don't want to play the plagiarist game. Go ahead. You want me in and out 20 minutes at tops. I sound Italian, not Russian. But anyways, they're starting fires, and they shouldn't be doing that. But Twitter is blazing them right now with community notes, calling them out, because they had their foot down saying, no, this is not DLC. We do not pay. EOD will not get this for free. No. And then they rolled it back by saying, here, people who have the Edge of Darkness edition, we're going to give you benefits. And again, it's adding more pay to win features like prioritizing matchmaking. That's right. Because there's nothing better than just making a chunk of the player base get better matchmaking than everyone else. Because if you spend $50 on the base game, you now are at a disadvantage of even playing the game. By the way, as someone who's playing this game, the matchmaking in this game sucks balls. I've waited 15 minutes to load into a game. 15 minutes. That makes Anthem look like you went for a casual walk and you're good to go. Like, we all remember Anthem was a joke when it came to loading. Wait times in Tarkov is absurd. But they were going to make it worse by giving other people more priority. Like, oh, you get to go in first. And then the dude that spent $50, then you can actually play the game that you wanted to play. Stupid. That should never be a thing. Absolutely not. There should never be an instance in any game where people can pay to have priority to play the game. That's stupid. We do that at airplanes, like you get priority on certain seats and whatnot. In the movie theater, that's great. But I come to play games to escape that life, to play a game. I don't want to wait 15 minutes to play a game, but I can go play something else. And that's what happens when you make crappy decisions like that. People go play other games because there's games you can just hop in and play and have a good time versus crap like this where they're making you wait. That's my beef with that, because I've had some bad wait experiences, and it's just really annoying that you want to give a game your time and attention and they make you wait 50 minutes just to play it. It's so stupid, especially in an extraction shooter where you could load up and within the first minute or 30 seconds you get spawn camped or shot or killed, and then you have to wait all that time. It feels like you did nothing. So that's my beef with it. But after that, there was another pushback from the community, like, no, you're not listening. So here's the next part of the chapter, the one that is interesting. So here we go. We've got Escape from Tarkov, more feedback. Greetings. Let me continue my feedback on the current situation. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very sorry that the fans and the game community in general are experiencing these feelings. How are you so oblivious to your community? By the way, the thing about Destiny and Tarkov, since these are one of games that really doesn't have competition, they have a strong community that it's very committed and loyal to that game. And so it's not like this is a surprise that people will be angry. Like, anyone with any intelligence knows that you poke the beehive, you're going to make the bees upset. Like, you have to be so blinded by greed to not know the impact of your decision. So this is absurd that they couldn't assume or think or guess that this was going to upset their community. Unfortunately, I somehow did not foresee the fact that such a reaction, and now I have drawn conclusions for my future decisions. Listen, if a game developer tells you this, you've been committed to a game for years, and this community's been committed to you. You've been committed overall for years, and you're the developer of the game that you love says something like this. I did not foresee the fact of such a reaction. That tells me they do not care about you. They care about your money, and that's it. How do you not foresee? How can you not foresee, like, oh, we're going to scummily change wording on our website. We're going to change that we promised you DLC. If you had EOD, you're going to get all the DLC, but we're going to change it that this game mode is not included in that. That's scummy. You are a douchebag and a liar. Now, I'll briefly summarize the main points about PvE access. We decided to just open it for EOD owners for free. Previously, they said they were going to give the PvE to Edge of Darkness owners for 6 months. I can count 6 months. And people are like, so I get to enjoy it for 6 months and then I have to pay $200 and something or whatever, like $100 and something to upgrade? Stupid. And then they went and said, oh, well, we're going to give a 70% discount on it so that you can buy it cheaply. It's like, no, that's not what people want. So here we are where they're saying we're giving it for free, but we will do it in waves. As I said before, we don't have server capacity right now. We will start this process as soon as possible. Now, for you who are confused, you're like, PvE, right now you can do offline raids, but it's not really offline. With offline, you still have to connect to the browser, which I believe you still have to be online. I could be wrong. Someone who is dedicated to Tarkov and knows. I've done some offline for practice, but my assumption was you were still loading into their servers to play offline by yourself. I could be wrong. Someone let me know in the comments down below. We also decided that we will add mod support for PvE mode after the release of the game, which is funny because people were like, you could pay $250 for PvE, or there's currently mods that let you play PvE already. There's like a wonderful mod, and I'm definitely going to try it out myself just to give the middle finger to Battle State, because screw you, I'm not giving you $250. Go blow yourself. About the Unheard Edition, we will not remove it. We want to keep the option for those who want to support the game more, because if you don't, you're not a true believer. But we will balance items, perks in the edition, as well as provide more rewards for those who upgraded with the old price. New EOD perks will be balanced too. We will remove prioritized matching options to keep everyone in the same spot. Thank you. And we'll add more unique stuff to highlight the EOD version in general. We will provide the final list of the new EOD perks ASAP. We continue to work on patches, new content, events, and the game release itself no matter what. Thank you for your time, love and hate, and thank you for your increased attention to the current situation, Nick. Here's the truth, guys. I think the community wouldn't have been nearly as upset if they gave a heads up saying, hey, we know we promised you this, but this specific mode, we can't do it. We can't give it to you for free. Or we say, hey, we have to release it in small waves. Only certain people are going to get immediate access. It's going to take time. We don't have server capacity. We can't do all free right now. If you want immediate, we're going to release this edition. It gives immediate access to people who paid for it. You will eventually get it, or you could upgrade. If you want to wait, that's fine. I think there would be pushback for sure, but it would have been more honest and sincere than doing the scummy tactic of trying to change underhanded. Like, they didn't announce it. They secretly changed all the wording of their website, which is scummy. And it almost feels like it was a scam, but it also feels like there should be some lawsuit somewhere in there for false advertisement. I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer. The bomb dollar is, as a community of gamers, we need to call this behavior out. And I'm still thinking this is not enough. Like we're ignoring the fact that PvE is still locked for everyone else on a $200 price tag, right? We're still ignoring that because I don't care if you make mod support when I can download mods that can support it already, right? I can already play modded games. And the changes to the perks, So anyone who's dumb enough to spend $250 thinking, oh, I'm going to get all these pay to win options, now they're feeling like they might be robbed, because guess what? Their perks might not be as good as they was foretold. By the way, if you're a scumbag who spent $250, I hope you love eating dog crap, because you are the bane of the existence of the gaming community. And it is these people we need to point out and call out. Now, I'm not saying bullying, but we need to publicly acknowledge these people and call them out. You can call people out without being a bully, right? We don't have to be hateful. We can point them out and saying, you are the reason why we get bad games. You. Not like me and you, but I'm talking about the people, the whales out there who have no shame, because you know it. And here's the sad thing, right? I call things out in Destiny all the time, but there's always those people, no matter what, that they will buy everything. Even if it gives them an advantage, they will buy it. They have no shame. They have no life. They have no love in there's something here, and they have to fill it by satisfying the identity that they have in this game, and they have to feel better than someone else. And how do you feel better about yourself? By getting more or better things than what other people have. It's this prestige that they come up in their head. Listen, as a community, we should say, no, I'm not spending $250 on this stupid crap. No, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't let off the pressure. Because if you don't, and they're successful with any of this, if they have any success at all with this change, like in general, and how they dealt with the Tarkov community, it's going to be absorbed by other games. They're going to try. They're going to do what Battlestate has done. It could infect and fester in the gaming community. And if you don't think it will, look at Netflix. How many people laughed at Netflix when they said, we're going to remove password sharing. You're going to have to pay to share. And people laughed and said, oh, they're never going to get away with that. Nah, I just won't pay Netflix. Nope, I'm not doing Netflix. Goodbye, Netflix. How many people said that? Did Netflix fail? It was the complete opposite. Netflix saw such an increase in revenue from it that every other streaming service did the exact same thing because they saw success. The same thing happens and will happen in the gaming world. If they see scummy stuff like this happen, they will do it. Fortnite, when you think of microtransactions and the fact that it's a free game, the system is very fair. How many other games have taken the template of what Fortnite does and then dialed it up to 3,000? Call of Duty, battle passes. There's a battle pass on top of a battle pass, which is stupid on its own, but then there's like multiple versions of the game on top of that. So you're paying a full price game. Like you can pay it for two different editions, and then you also pay with 2 different editions of a battle pass. Like that's absurd. And then you have all the other microtransactions that are like half the price of the game itself. It's stupid. And it's only going to get worse. If you let crap like this, you eat the crap and you say, thank you, give me more, then other games are going to be like, yes, I will give you more. Luckily, like I said, there were other game companies that pointed out, hey, come to us. We're free. We won't make you do something that's unheard of, like spend $250, and we're going to give you all these bonuses for free. And I think that's fantastic. I want those games to succeed. Like Helldivers was one of them, and it's already a great game, and I almost want to go play it. Like the amount of success that this game has had, and the fact that good press it's had, and the fact that it cares about its players, I actually want to try to play it. That's what happened with Power World. I tried Power World and I love it. So I may have to try Helldivers just for the fun of it, right? I might have to give it a good old try. But that's kind of like, we're at the climax. I feel like there's more pressure that should be applied. I don't think more will change. I think this seems like this is as low as they're going to go. And this is kind of it. This right here is probably the climax. I still think we should push for more. We should push back. But here's the bottom dollar. As long as there's people willing to spend money and buy $250 editions for PvE, other games are going to do it. As long as this exists, as long as the unheard of edition exists, it doesn't matter. So here's another one. Welcome to Kamana. See, other game companies making fun of it, which is great. And that's what we need to do. We need to call out the bad actors like Tarkov or Battlestate. And we need to praise the games that are doing a much better job. But we're at the climax. Again, is the Tarkov community being over dramatic? No. They were lied to. They were deceived. There were scummy, underhanded practices going on. And just overall disrespected. When you've been loyal to someone or something for so long and they treat you like you're stupid, or that you yourself don't care, which is exactly what the words that are coming out of this guy's mouth, Nikita, where, oh, I could never foresee this. Well, that either means you're lying or you just didn't give a crap and you never cared about your community in the first place. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think. Do you think they're going to do more? I don't think so. I think they're drawing their line in the sand. They're just trying to shut up the EOD people, the Edge of Darkness owners. I don't think they're going to remove the 250. I want them to, because it's a bane on the gaming industry, because you know that someone's going to copy it. It's going to happen, especially being locked, PvE being locked behind that. That is terrifying. That might see success, and it might become where we have Halo Infinite, where you have to pay for the story and the multiplayer separately. Call of Duty Zombies, you pay separately. Then you also get to pay the multiplayer separately and the story separately. I'm trying to think of other games that I've played that might matter. Either way, you see what I'm saying. We as the community, we should be worried, because crap like this is popping up more and more across the gaming industry. And I feel like we're letting things slip through the cracks. And it's when you do that, that you give an inch, game developers and companies will take a mile. They will squeeze whatever they can out of you and me. And in the end, it starts impacting the games that we enjoy. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Again, let me know what you think down below. Until next time, don't forget to be the best version of yourself. And as always, game out.